Hello everybody and welcome back. This is such a special junk journal today. I have been holding off making this into a junk journal, but it's time. It's time to use it. This is one of the oldest children's books I've ever had in Farm and Field from the 1880s. It is beautiful. Look at that spine on it. Isn't that beautiful? And the back is this amazing original advertisement for highly nutritious food, Neve's food for infants and adults. I didn't want to touch the cover too much, so I just put a little bit of trim down the side and some of my vintage beads here to match the cover and some ribbons. And let me take you on a journey of this before I put it in my Etsy shop. It is a larger size. It's 7¼ by 10, so it's a really good size. The cover illustration is done by John F. Shaw. And everything in here is original, authentic, antique, and vintage ephemera. I've overstuffed it. It's a really, really special journal. And I hope you love this little tour. So the inside here, I love the advertisements on the page. This is all original here. And then up here, the name of this book was for Master Kenneth Schufer. And I just think that's really cool. So neat that they called him Master. This is the original first page. It was so damaged that I had to adhere it onto another page of the book because it was just disintegrating. But look how beautiful that is for a 140-year-old book. Not bad, right? Goosey Goosey Gander. Great original page from this book. This is from another 1800s book, not quite as old as this one, but I just love this illustration of this girl in the field with their little bird. And then this one here, more birds and chicks. This illustration here is a full page out of the Paris, France Almanac. Each year had about 1 or 2 full color illustrations, and this is one of my favorites. I just think it's adorable. And then somebody did some writing on the back here this one is from 1936, so quite a long time ago. This here is from the 1920s, things to make and do. This paper necklaces, how to make paper necklaces, which people still do to this day. And just these wonderful little cast off garments here. I love it. Did a little cluster here with a 1927 piece. This is cool. This is from the 70s, so it's vintage. Just a fun card, and you can journal on the inside. You can see these lines on the back. That's because it was pulled out of one of those old photo albums. Remember, it was with the sticky lines under the plastic. So when I peeled it off, that's what it left. I like it. This is a vintage hanky, souvenir hanky from Bermuda. Really quite lovely. And then they made this pocket out of a 1950s postage stamp collector's book page. This is actually the cloth from a book cover here with antique paper on the back. And that's a sweet little illustration from a vintage children's book. And this is one of these wonderful edu-cards, the number 21 with a purple music note. Isn't that fun? So lots going on this page. And then on this side, look at this from 1946. It is, or 1943, I forget. You'll Never Know. Remember that song? You'll never know just how much I miss you. I'm not even close. Anyways, it's really fabulous. Wonderful vintage piece. Got the tape there that covered up a little tear. This is from a vintage Trees of America book, vintage. And this is from a vintage book, Evangeline. And that is the teacher's edition. And look at this beautiful aging on the back, so you can journal on there as well, and on this wonderful paper back here. Another 1920s page here, just wonderful crafts for children. Look at this. Sorry, I'm out of the camera. The drop a ball game. Again, we still play these little games to this day. This is from the 1920s here, and it's got the library stamp on there. And I just love this. Look at how fun that is around the maypole, these little chicks. And then we've got some vintage tapestry. Can you see the beautiful women here? One with a fan. And underneath there is a piece of antique paper. It's got a little stamp up there in the corner. Here's another wonderful early 1900s page here. Children playing. This came from a bingo box, a bingo game box from 1946. It's got the date on there. It was $1.49 on sale for 99 cents. Awesome. This page here is from the English Garden book. It looks brand new, but it's actually over 100 years old. This is from the 1850s. Look at that. Look at this beautiful Bay of Naples and a Naples wagon. This is really fun. This is from the 1940s, but it's how to repair locks. Look at the key, one of the skeleton keys, and how to repair a lock with a skeleton key. Isn't that neat? This is a piece that is the Eaton's Company. There with their brand new car. Fun cluster pocket here. This is from a vintage Raggedy Ann book. And you'll see a really cool full page illustration coming up. This is from the early 1900s. I love this, the Sentinel bird. And you can journal on the back. I mean, you could frame that. It's absolutely beautiful. And look at this fun check from 1931. They just mailed them, just like that. Just mail it. Why not? This one is pretty cool. It is for $18.16. Look at all the stamps on it. I just love it so much. Time to give it up though, Laura. This is the cover of an antique book from 1893, sorry. And you can journal here and here and here. And then on the inside, I made one of my pressed flower pockets. Isn't that pretty? There. And then this came out of a antique box that had gloves in it, the Ideal Glove Company, which is kind of cool. This is from 1937. This is the Mother Goose Stickum book, one of the few that I have, and that was the cover of the book. I just love it so much. And this got stuck accidentally. There we go. This is from 1927 catalog, and there's that full page Raggedy Ann from my vintage Raggedy Ann book. Look how sweet. I love it. This is the original interior spine of this book. That's 140 years old. And then another one of these wonderful antique pages here from the 1800s, Baby Belle. She's got her little bird there. And this is just a fantastic poem. Now, this is a great antique book page about Louisa May Alcott, who is the author of Little Women. And she was born in 1832, so this is a portrait of her in 1852. This is from the 1890s as well, school book page. I put some paper on the backs for journaling. And a really fun cluster here on this pocket. And little wolves here. And this is from 1947, some fashions of the years. This is also from the early 1900s, making your own garden, some black and white botanical pages. Look at that beautiful one. Miniature sunflowers. Look at these little children here in the sandbox. I guess that's just been around playing in the sand for hundreds of years. This is a great plate out of a vintage Lassie book. And this is a hand-typed research paper here. Really interesting, from the Morning Chronicle. And then the pocket is from a vintage book here. I believe that's Dr. Dolittle, perhaps. This is from the 1920s, full color illustration here. A lucky boy riding on this elephant. It's really fun to look at all the details in this picture. There's a lot going on. Here is another page from a vintage book, A Feeling in Your Bones, paper on the back for journaling. And then this here is very precious. Look at this beautiful piece of handmade doily. Oh, it's just wonderful applique work. And you can do whatever you like with that. It's very special. I didn't want to glue it in, just in case. And then this is from a 1930s book here. That's a chapter on bees. This is from 1885, this ledger page. I've got the hand-stamped numbers up here. And this is from a 1950s recipe book. And this here is from that bingo game that I showed you earlier. Look how fun is that? This is where you would put the numbers after you call them out. I just thought that was really fun. There we go. Sorry. I've had that for a long time. Time to give it up. You'll notice the things that are in here I've had because they're so big. They were too big for my smaller journals. This is from this book, in Farm and Field. And look at this gorgeous illustration of this little boy and his little goat, a Swiss boy's pet. This is from an antique book here as well. This is from a vintage book here, window boxes, how to make them. And this is a 1902 original plate from Currier and Ives. So on this side, it's got the trotting of the forge, and then this one is the American national game of baseball. This is a beautiful Liverpool cathedral here, early 1900s as well. And then this is a really cool photograph. By looking at the cars, I'm going to say it's from the 40s. This is a plate from the early 1900s as well, children's rhyme book. And this is a little girl who's saying, I cannot marry thee. Yeah. Winter breakfast. Look how sweet is that. That is a beautiful illustration. I hope somebody who owns this journal appreciates it as much as I do. Another 1800s children's book page here, and a vintage botanical book page here. This is another little vintage children's book here. How cute is that? These little puppies, mommy and baby puppy. And then a little waterfall journaling spot here, and another home decor from the 40s there. And this is very cool. It is from the Singer Sewing Machine instruction book of 1901. Sewing machine number 11. And that is the last advertisement in the book. Absolutely amazing. Freeman's Chlorodyne. Yep. So I hope you love it as much as I love making it. Come back soon and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.